Hello! Today we are going to switch it up a little bit, and instead of a baking show, which I haven't actually released yet, I have two that I'm working on and haven't released, but instead of a baking show, it's going to be a cooking show. I'm going to be learning how to make focaccia by one of my original band dads, Mr. DeSantis, who would always bring focaccia for the other band dads, and is kind of known for that, and is an expert on cooking and focaccia, so I'm going to learn from the best today. I'm so excited. And last night at the competition, I was so excited telling all the band dads I'm going to learn how to make focaccia by Mr. DeSantis. And of course, they're so excited and expecting a baking show, a cooking show. So let's get started.
This is the only reason why you're doing this is you are treating the pan.
All right, yeah.
So once this procedure is done, it's done. Then what winds up happening is it gets really dark over time. Like it may even get like black. But you'll see it should what it should do is it should start to blue, like a dark blue.
Okay.
And then once you start to see it get like dark blue, then you know it's good. And then what will wind up happening is you'll be so happy with the pan that like when you bring focaccia to somebody's house, and you bring the pan and you take it out and you cut it, you know, someone will always be like, oh, you want me to wash the pan? You'll be like, no. Don't touch the pan, like leave the pan alone.
Cool. Yeah, it's funny, in my culinary class, focaccia has come up a bunch of times, and I'm like, I'm going to learn how to make focaccia by an expert in a few weeks, and then I'll bring it in, kind of one of them. So.
You should. All right, so this, now, I just put it in the oven. So now, dough. I use a scale.
Ooh.
Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to put 550 grams.
Okay. Let's see.
If you put too much, it's not a big deal. We can always take it out.
Alright.
You want to always be around 550.
Alright.
You know, 540, 555. So as long as you're in that 550 realm, you're okay.
Alright.
Nice.
548.
Cool. You're going to need a tablespoon of sugar, a heaping one, and a heaping one of salt. And then a level teaspoon or tablespoon of yeast. That's quick rice. I said this recipe is extremely forgiving.
Good.
Yeah, it's like you really can't screw it up.
Cool.
So this is white potato.
Okay.
Yellow potato, russet potato, not a red one.
Okay.
This is just a potato that I boiled.
Okay.
But I did one this morning. I wanted you to come here because I made a dough already. So it's almost going to be like a cooking show where we're going to make the dough and then all of a sudden this is after it rises.
Ooh, super cool. Okay.
And all you do is you just smash this with a fork. Camera on.
Huh? Yeah.
And what you want is that enough potato where this is going to take this whole measurement now and it's going to bring it almost to like 1,000 grams.
Okay, yeah.
Almost. If you're close enough, I usually like one big potato is usually good enough.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But there's no salt in this. It's just boiled water, peeled potato. Boil it, let it cool. I try not to put the potato in hot. Because if I put the hot potato on top of the yeast, I may kill the yeast. I usually eyeball it when I think that if I had enough room, I could spread everything over the top almost like a blanket. That's enough potato for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. That's good.
Alright, perfect.
Nice. Now what we're going to do is we are going to put
There's our potato.
good swig of olive oil. inside that.
Alright.
So we're just going to almost like
Okay.
a bit of
Uh-huh. Yes, always clean.
And then what I do is just take a little spatula. This is a cup and a quarter
Alright.
of water.
That's not water.
Warm.
Alright.
Nothing too hot, because otherwise you don't want it to.
Alright.
Like if you wanted to activate the yeast with the water, you can do that. You know, like sometimes you activate the yeast. You take a cup, you take whatever, the cup and a quarter of warm water, you put all the yeast in there and you stir it.
Yeah.
As soon as you start seeing a little bit of a bubble,
Yeah.
then the yeast is activated. You can do it that way too.
Okay.
And we just pour this in here, like that. And then we start to mix.
Yeah, so have you guys seen the Burrow show yet? Or
No, is it good?
It is so good.
Really? I heard they won first place yesterday.
Yes, they did.
Nice.
They won first place, I think, in their first competition. They've been doing so well. Yeah, it's such a good show. To The Greatest Showman.
Nice.
So the costumes, music, everything is above and beyond. David, the drum major, is in a red jacket with a top hat.
Nice.
So, and last week I got to make cupcakes for their band picnic. So I made little top hats at a fondant and stars saying never enough at the show. Because the music is just so good. Gets in your head.
And then I just transfer it to like a bench. Place where you can make that.
Okay. Yeah, how has Robbie's show been? That
It's
sounds
cool.
amazing.
Every week it changes.
Yeah, I love hearing him in the car saying, "We learned more drill," or "We're gonna learn a total new show soon."
Crazy.
Yeah.
You can feel this is almost, it's sticky.
Okay.
If it's stickier than this, it's fine.
Okay.
You could always just drag some of your flour, put it, and you're gonna see it's gonna come together real quick. And this dough, you really don't work it too much. You just once it's incorporated,
Alright.
you're done. The more you make it, the more you realize when this process feels right.
Alright.
As far as like the stickiness of the dough. If it was too dry and too like fighting me too much, I would probably put a little bit of more water.
Okay.
If it was a little too wet,
Uh-huh.
I would just take a handful of flour
Okay.
and sprinkle it down. But this is starting to incorporate nicely.
Good.
As soon as you get to this point, this is where it's going to start feeling a little sticky. Because it's all the flours, incorporated. And you can see how it's starting.
Yeah.
It's sticky. It's starting to stick to the ground.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Okay. Cool.
Now we're going to put it in a, what do they call? It's important to get in all these.
Alright, little notches.
Yeah.
Okay.
I say a little bit of olive oil here goes a long way.
Oh.
And that's after like what? 2 hours?
This is probably about 2.5 hours.
Okay.
Right.
Alright.
And then you can see how much olive oil I put in there.
Yeah.
There's a decent amount in there. So I just put the dough that we just mixed in the pan with the olive oil, and I try and keep it in a sealed container.
Okay.
So so it can rise.
Okay.
And this is about the same size as that.
Okay.
So you can just compare it.
And then how do you usually store the focaccia pan? Like, do you put it with other pans or special place? Alright.
And you see how it's still, like I wiped it out when I was done. But you see that it's still a little oily? That's what you want.
Okay. Cool.
I gotta take a short break.
Okay.
Because I gotta take care of my meatballs.
Okay. Look at his meatballs. Ooh, and he has a nice sauce. Mr. Chef. Wow. Lots of meatballs. Yeah. Amazing.
The more ripe the tomatoes are, the better. I wish
Alright.
these were a little bit more red.
Yeah.
And ripe, but they're not.
Haha. Yeah.
I'm essentially cutting
Oh.
the tomato in 6 pieces.
Okay.
In half. In thirds.
Mm-hmm.
And in 6.
Okay. Yeah, we've been doing a lot of chopping in our culinary class.
Yeah.
I love chopping. It's fun.
Knife skills.
Yeah.
And that's going to make the difference between
Mm-hmm.
you spending 3 hours cooking or 1
Okay.
hour cooking.
All right. Okay.
So now what we do with these, clean hands,
Yeah.
you take them and you just squeeze them.
Wow.
And try and push the flesh, out of the skin a little bit.
Okay.
So it's like you're
Mm-hmm. Wow.
yeah, if you feel any pieces that are big, you just take it between the thumbs and you just
Okay.
crush it. What they do in Italy, in part of body, what they do is they put the cut tomatoes, they put whole tomatoes in a pail. And they take a sharp knife and they just
Okay.
use a knife
Uh,
and then they start going in with their hands.
wow.
And usually if you use some Mazzano tomatoes,
Wow.
really ripe ones, it's good.
Wow. That's crazy. That's so cool. I'm so excited. Look at all that.
And I would probably use red.
Alright.
That should be enough.
And here you're just trying to separate them.
Yeah. Sometimes you can put a little bit of olive oil on them
Yeah.
if you want to. I usually try and separate it. Now you can do whatever you want with the focaccia. You can put tomato,
Alright.
you can put rosemary,
Mm-hmm.
you can put mushrooms, you can put garlic,
Yeah.
pretty much anything.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we shouldn't need any more oil. But
Alright.
you can see how it's pooling,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
And you just take a little bit of olive oil and put my hands on it so it don't stick. And I push it on the sides so the oil kind of overflows.
Okay.
Push from the center out. Right. So now the whole top is full of oil.
Alright. Yeah.
And now I make holes with my fingers.
Okay.
And the dough's nice because the dough's not fighting you.
Alright.
So like if you were spreading the dough and the dough is fighting you,
Yeah.
it means the dough's nervous.
Yeah.
It's not ideal.
Mm-hmm.
It'll still work, but you can see, it's right when you're starting to spread the dough and everything is staying where it is.
Yeah.
And then you just give it a nice little... And these little pockets of oil are important.
Okay.
And you just take the tomatoes. Some onions.
Okay.
I don't like to put too much onion
Alright. Mm-hmm.
because not everybody likes onion.
Mm-hmm.
But they say they don't like onion and then when they eat it, they're like, onion is so good. And I keep pushing it down like this because I'm just trying to... What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get whatever olive oil
Yeah.
to get on top of what I'm putting on top of the
Okay. Alright.
dough. Right, so now you can see that the tomatoes, the onions, everything is kind of
Yeah.
covered with olive oil.
Okay.
And can see it's still cooling up.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Look at that. So cool.
This is oregano.
Alright, oregano.
There's you just put maybe that much in my hand.
Alright, yeah.
And I just very lightly sprinkle it.
Okay.
I don't like too much oregano. So what I have in my hand is actually a bit much.
Mm-hmm.
And then salt.
Alright.
How much salt?
Huh?
If you're thinking about
Mm-hmm.
a full night where it's chilly and you got to put a
Okay.
little blanket on,
Alright.
just a little light.
Alright.
Nothing heavy.
Alright.
Now, if you wanted, you could let this rise again.
Alright.
Right? Then it'll rise. And then you can just go right into the oven.
Alright.
Me, I usually like to get it in.
Mm.
Oven, maybe 375, 350.
Alright.
Your pan is done.
Alright, yay. Uh-huh.
Now, if I wanted to coat that again
Mm-hmm.
with olive oil, I
Yeah.
could coat it again.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's it. This is going to cool a little bit.
Okay.
Then when this cools, we're going to put the olive oil in the pan and put your dough in there. And
Okay.
that's what you're going to take home to let it rise. And then when it's done rising, you can
Alright.
make
Put
it fuck hot.
whatever. Okay, cool. So there's my pan all brown.
And that is your lesson, Bridge.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Alright.
Thanks. Want to wave? Thank you, Mr. DeSantis, my original band dad, for teaching me focaccia that he would always bring for the other band dads.
It's good, too. She'll do it right.
Yeah. Can't wait to see who I'm going to bring this to. Divvy it all up. I'll see you next time. I finished my focaccia. It actually smells really good. I'm excited to try, see how I did. So stay tuned for the results. Dry focaccia bread.
Yeah.
See how you like it. Hope
Did
it's
you take
good.
pictures of your serving tray?
Oh yes,
Of course.
yes.
No, but
That's why it took so long.
make sure you send pictures to Robbie's dad.
Yes.